Yeah, I think we finish suffering of change or suffering of suffering, but still, okay, there are many issues we can talk. More you think or talk, and deeper your understanding will go to the suffering. And then if you have a deeper understanding, plus experience, okay, experience, not just like intellectual understanding is not enough. Bring into our daily life and try to experience, and then this makes us to change, makes us to change. And I don't know. I might have a little bit of emotion because I was born in Tibet, and I had a very, very nice life in Tibet till I was 9 years old. Really, so beautiful. Okay, the first thing is so beautiful. The lakes are so beautiful. The rivers are so beautiful, so clean. So clean, okay. Anywhere we can drink, no problem. I've never seen any plastics. Never, never. I have never seen any plastics. Even we didn't see any law. And we sleep in the tent. And we are really very close to the nature. We are really close to the nature. We are really like, we live like a wild animal. And the beautiful mountain, you see. Beautiful mountain is our life. Beautiful grass in the summer, so many beautiful flowers, so much fragrance, and so many baby animals coming. Beautiful birds, like hundreds of birds lay egg. Just, if we collect, okay, we can collect thousands of small different eggs. So peaceful, okay. And then we are not allowed to harm, okay, we are not allowed to harm. Even we have to go, we have to be really careful. And then as soon as there's some river or small pond, we are completely bent not to be there. So because of this, and then also we are very careful with the animals, especially wild animals. Lot. And so I saw that, and then enjoy it. And then all of a sudden, our connection with China changed. And then everything was collapsed, like Tibet was. Now Tibet is living like hell. At the time, okay, especially like 1965, 66, like Cultural Revolution, then it was really like hell. So many killings, fighting. Son has to kill his father or mother, like that was really the worst in Tibetan history. And so, of course, I didn't experience this situation, but I hear and I think, and so then the happiness which I experienced till 9 years old was totally shattered, totally shattered. My life in Nepal was very difficult, very, very difficult, okay. Baking food and cooking for the family, 9 years old, 10 years old, and I was going from door to door, baking food and cooking and serving them. They were all sick because of the contaminated water and bitten by the mosquitoes, and then see the difference, you see, a different, huge difference. But because of this Buddha's teaching that everything is impermanent, everything is impermanent, therefore everything is changeable. If there's a problem, again this is also changeable. If there's happiness, if we are not careful, it can also be changed, you see. So Buddha taught us, if you are really happy, you have to be very careful not to disappear this happiness. Instead, this happiness will grow and more reliable happiness, you see. And if you have a problem, don't lose hope. It will change because it is coming from due to causing condition. So it will change. It will change. Okay, it will change. Wow. Okay, it will change. Okay, I have to work very hard. It will change according to my wish. If I really try, and it will really change into my wish. If I lose hope, then it will change into very bad thing, you see. See the point? So all these changes, okay, of course we have so many, family relationship. Sometimes it goes so well at certain sort of time, then it breaks and separate. And so many arises, okay? Ultimately, we all have to be separated from each other. But then, this is the nature, okay? This is the nature that if we have inner strength to see the reality and to overcome this and try not to lose hope. Yeah, and that is possible if we just say that I'm a human being. I can change, okay? I have all the opportunity, I have the possibility, I have energy, brain, everything, so I can overcome. I will never ever surrender the problem. I will really overcome. And then the change is taking place in the better. You see? Happiness. And if we lose hope, that the happiness can also change into problem. It can change into problem. And then if we do some terrible things, our emotion can give lot of unhappiness to many people, you see. One person can give immense suffering, you see. In the history, you see, in the history. So all these are change. Happiness into suffering, suffering to happiness. So you can say that it's all in our hand. If we really try, according to Buddha's teaching, if we really try, okay, practice, motivate ourselves, work very hard. We have to work very hard, okay. I also work very hard. Sincerely speaking, I really work very hard. Holiday is just beyond my thinking. Holiday, we're going holiday 1 month, or this is beyond my imagination, thinking, you see. Even 10 days. I have no 10 days where I can go for holiday. You see? So, just try. Based on Buddha's teaching. Okay. Read more, receive teaching more, think. You are intelligent. So the change of suffering, it happens if our process of change or effort of changing is mistaken. Then it will change into suffering. If our process of changing or thinking, or method, technique, if these are correct according to Buddha's teaching, the change will happen better and better. Therefore, I say we have potential. Everything is in our hand. It might take some time, you see. Like he says, impossible is not possible. Impossible is not existing. Only we think that impossible, it can take a little bit more time, but after all, it is possible. There's no impossible, you see. So, Buddha tried in this way, okay? Buddha tried. At that time, who was thinking of like this solution? No one, okay? No one thought. But then, because of his intelligence, because he was a human being, okay? Because his intelligence, and you used, and he really changed so many people's lives into happiness. Yeah? And we have the same potential as Buddha had. Therefore, change of suffering teaches us so many things. Change of suffering. As it's talking about suffering, it is talking about change of suffering. But whether change of suffering will exist or not, it is in our hand, Now, in this life also, okay, in this life, I'm a little bit loud because this is, to me, it is a big thing. That till I collapse, I think I will never rest, you see. I will try to help. And this is the meaning of our existence, you see. And At least even if it doesn't change my life, but at least I change lives of some other people, you see. Just giving a hug, it makes some sort of happiness, you see. So try to make meaning in your life and try to use the change of suffering in such a way that instead of changing happiness into suffering, try to change the suffering into happiness, okay? We are not talking about changing happiness into suffering, but now we have to try to change the suffering into happiness, and which is definitely possible. If you read the Buddha's teaching, try to use your brain and don't waste your time. Please, don't waste your time. How many times you go to the kitchen? Unnecessarily, see? You don't have to go, 50 times? Maybe I think 10 times is enough, I think so. Just calculate, okay? I roughly calculated. We have to plan. If you go to wash 1 cup at a time, we go, okay? If there's 10 cups, we have to go to the kitchen 10 times, you see. If wash all together, only 1 time, yeah. Like, just calculate, okay? And now we are talking about the pervasive suffering. I don't know which one we have to focus more time. Maybe source, okay. Origin of the suffering, I think we better to focus more. That is, I'm more interested in this area. Yeah, yeah, I'm more interested in this area. And therefore, because now we have not much time to talk all aspects of, and all the 16 characteristic of sufferings, I think that is not possible this time. So we talk about the pervasive suffering. Now, definition of pervasive suffering, okay? If you say that pervasive suffering, is it suffering? Is it suffering? Okay. And in Tibetan we say Khaba Duje Dunga, okay? Khaba Duje Dunga. If it is suffering, it has to be feeling. It has to be feeling, okay? And in America they put a topic, one evening topic was what is happiness and what is suffering. And I said, this is a very, very easy topic. Okay, if I answer and finish, then it will take maybe 2 minutes. Yeah. Happiness means what? Happiness means something. What is happiness, you see? People know. Huh?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction is another thing. Yeah, it can be happiness, but yeah. And then what is suffering? Yeah. So now I say, okay, first, happiness is what? Pleasant feeling. Pleasant feeling. Okay, happiness is a pleasant feeling. Yeah, we all wanted to enjoy pleasant feeling. Okay, a nice feeling. Nice, okay. England Queen Mother used to say, if there's something nice, things happen. If they report, then how nice. Okay? So, nice feeling is happiness, okay? And unpleasant feeling is suffering. Unpleasant feeling is suffering, which we don't like, which we really don't like to experience, because it's unpleasant. Therefore, it is suffering. Okay? If it is pleasant feeling, we all wanted to enjoy. Therefore, it is a happiness. Okay? Yeah. And now, based on this, now we try to talk. We talked about suffering of change based on this. And now we have to talk about pervasive suffering. So pervasive suffering itself is not a suffering. Itself is not a suffering because it is neither happy feeling nor unpleasant feeling. Okay, itself is not unpleasant feeling nor it is pleasant feeling, but it is a source. Okay, it has been the source of unpleasant feeling, and it is okay source of unpleasant feeling, and it will bring a lot of suffering, and that is pervasive suffering. So which one? Which one? Do we have any pervasive suffering? Are we free from pervasive suffering? I define, okay, pervasive suffering itself is, when we debate, it's very difficult to say that it is a suffering. Because of this I say, pervasive suffering as a whole is not a suffering or it's not a feeling, okay? Suffering has to be feeling, I think. But it is, pervasive suffering is, okay, pervasive suffering is, it was a source of suffering, and it is a source of suffering, and it will cause many suffering. So that is the profession. Okay, this is the profession of pervasive suffering, and the pervasive suffering was trained in this way, trained to do this. Okay, so now do we have pervasive suffering? Where?
Is it our ignorance you're talking about?
Ignorance is a source, okay? This is the source. We are talking about the source when we talk about the second truth. So now I say, okay, I ask this question, now I say, what do you think about our body?
Our body is suffering.
It was since we were born, and now it is there, okay, in a nice way. It will go on, yes, all the time bringing all the happiness. I don't know. So just see, by having this body, okay, just by having this body, I think we have experienced quite a lot of suffering, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hunger is there, thirsty is there, and pain is there. Because of this body. If this body is not there, then there's no stomach pain. Yeah? See, and because of having this body since childhood, okay, big or small, some catch cold, running nose, and tongue problem, teeth problem, and knee, and not knee problem, some other stomach problems. I think mostly, yes, all these sufferings happen because of having this body. And then now, at present, it is also like this, isn't it? I had a very severe sort of teeth problem. Many years, and then it was swollen, and then they treated in Israel, and it broke. And then when it breaks, then it was so bad, you see, because they almost like rooted it down. And when it broke, then it was so difficult. So I quite suffered, but I didn't make noise. I just went, okay. And some said, I don't want to take very cold because I have some problem. And what is the problem? And it breaks. Wow! It breaks. Still you say it's a little problem. Is it a little problem? What can I say? You see? So, because of this body. Of course now fixed very well. Fixed almost like teeth has no problem. And of course, yeah. But still, now having a little bit of knee problem, and joint problem, and I don't want to say anything more. No. I have no problem. Yeah. So then I will go now. Every year I get old, 67, and then started worrying, what will happen to my project? And many of my friends are asking this question. So is there anyone who will succeed you? No. And then if you die, then what will happen to this? And there's so many are worried, you see, so many worried. And then, of course they worry about me also, and my project also. Because of this body, there's so much handicapped, isn't it? So much limitation. We can't eat all the things which we really like to eat. And then yes, we get older and older, and then, of course, these are okay. Falling down is okay, no problem for me. If it's falling down, it's falling down, it's okay. But then capacity of the potential, the energy level, lose. If I do now 10 times, after 10 years, I think I will do maybe only one, maybe possible, maybe not. In this way, by having this body, we are imprisoned, trapped into this body. Have to experience, you see. Have to experience. We cannot escape. Sometimes if we have really severe stomach pain, we are thinking that, okay, now my stomach will put there and have pain and I can be free. It is not possible because we are trapped. We are imprisoned in this pervasive suffering. Therefore, I think this is clear, isn't it? Do you agree with me? No? Some people who are very fit may not agree with me. Some people who are very, very fit may not agree. And some people who never got sick may not agree with me. Is there anyone who never gets sick? Buddha was not stupid, you see. Buddha was very wise. He really thought and then explained based on the reality. He didn't add anything more. He didn't subtract anything more. He just explained how it is really happening in our life. Because of this body, because having this body and all the sense organs, okay, by having these sense organs, I see if someone are beautiful, oh, this is really beautiful. It's ugly, oh, ugly. You see? And taste, oh. I told that I had the best cake in the world just now. I had the best cake. Best cake, okay. Because I perceived that that was the best cake in the world. But slowly, if I just go on eating this, and then maybe, no, I don't want to eat it. No. Bring another cake, okay, please. And this body makes us tired. And then just think. And the partnership, and husband, wife, and children and parents. There are so many, by having this body, okay, there are a certain level of happiness, a warm relationship, and then and it can also change into cold relationship. So this, by having this body, and these days I'm having a big problem. What do you think is the problem? I have a big problem, really, a big problem. If anyone wishes to help me, please help me this problem, solve this problem. The big problem. What is this big problem?
Controlling your mind.
Huh?
Controlling your mind.
No, body. I say body. Control mind is very important. That we will talk. We will succeed. Okay? No problem. There was a t-shirt, children's t-shirt, okay, made in Nepal. And then the t-shirt, and there's a picture of Mount Everest. Underneath, it's written, Mount Everest, no problem. Same, okay? But then, what do you think about my problem?
Some things you can't change.
Yeah?
Some things is difficult to change. I mean, it's...
something difficult to change, yes,
So
definitely. What do you think about this? Something which is difficult to change?
Age?
Eh?
Age?
Age is not I'm saying body.
Body will die eventually.
Yes.
That is still not happening. See, I'm having this problem now. I'm having this problem now.
It works.
Huh?
It works.
No,
You have to eat.
no.
Maybe because it's you, because you are always saying I.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is not body. No. I is not body, see. No.
But you are saying my problem, my problem.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Yeah.
just will you figure out, I have a big problem, so will you figure out what is my problem?
You are closed.
Huh?
You are closed in I, ego.
Do you think? I'm very happy. Okay. If you want me that you have big ego, then I will be very happy. Which is, yeah, it's funny, okay, it's joke. No, this is not a serious question, it's joke, okay? I'm very short. I'm very short, okay? And then I was short. I had some problem. I'm short. Problem. I'm shrinking. I'm short and short. This is just joke. Okay? Some people have problems. You see, I got a lot of joke when we take photo, and I have to stand next to a tall Swedish man. And I said, okay, now I don't want to stand with you. Either you have to put a chair. Because it is not a big problem for me, but to some people, yes, it is a problem. Therefore, they have to make high heel. to solve the problem, they make very high heel. Okay? So by having this body, so many unnecessary problems. Unnecessary problem. Hearing problem, tongue problem, eye problem, teeth problem, knee problem, finger problem, nose problem, ear problem, a cheek problem, stomach problem, neck problem. So much. So therefore, I say this body is pervasive suffering. Why? It brought have suffering. It is bringing suffering, and it brings suffering. So it pervades. Okay, it pervades past, present, and future. It pervades, and it will pervade if we born again next life. Still, it will be same. Therefore, this is the most cruel suffering among the three suffering.
Can I ask somebody how to translate pervade exactly? Is it continuation?
Not continuation.
Alltså det tränger igenom.
Och
Genomträngande allt.
What?
Genomsyra.
Go through everything.
It cuts through illusion or something.
Go through everything.
So now Buddhism says, after all, if we really wanted to achieve permanent happiness, and you have to change this body. Why? This body is contaminated, therefore it is bringing a lot of problem. So if we achieve a body which is free from suffering, okay, and that is, of course, we say this body is coming out of uncontaminated action and produced by the uncontaminated mind. Okay, so and this way, pervasive suffering. Just I'm putting one example. Okay, and through this you will get some better understanding. As long as this body is pervasive suffering, if I die and then I will be born again in the form of an animal body or human body or fish or whatever, again, there will be pervasive. I have been born again and again in my previous life. But what did I achieve? You see? So therefore, in the short term, this life, past, present, and future. And then in the long term, in my previous life, this life, and next life, until unless we don't remove this pervasive suffering, we are bound to suffer. We are bound to suffer. Old age, death, disease, all this, bound to suffer. Therefore, this is one of the suffering, okay? One of the suffering.
Can I ask?
Yes?
If you accept the pain or the suffering, whatever the pain is, if you just accept it, then you have
Yeah,
less
that is
suffering?
acceptance. Okay, acceptance is like a temporary solution.
Temporary.
Yeah, temporary solution.
Mm.
So, if we are, of course, at that time, okay, there's no other alternative. By born, as this, having this body, at this time, no other alternative than to accept. But in the long run, I have to try to think that I really like to search another alternative. You see, that is, I wanted to be free from pervasive suffering. And cutting the source of pervasive suffering through the practice, through the meditation. Yeah. So in this way, at present, till I die, yeah, this body will remain with me. I can't change. You see, it's just like, it may be like this, and it will be worse and worse and worse, and more old, more problem. It will end up with death, which is the most unpleasant things happening in the life. See? So therefore, I hope you understood pervasive suffering, which doesn't look like suffering. I can't say my body is suffering. It's not suffering, you see. But it brings a lot of suffering. And it will bring a lot of suffering. It already brought a lot of suffering. If I'm born in many lives, every life will bring a lot of suffering. I'm really trapped. When my mother was really having this fractured, and she didn't, they didn't take to the hospital for 5 days. It was so much suffering, so much pain. And I was looking to her and spending a whole night with her. And when she had a pain, I have like a strong wish that I can take her pain. But it is not possible, you see. Because of her body, and that pain is in her body. So it is not in my body, you see. So in reality, I can't take. But we did meditation. It makes big difference for her. When you do meditation, and she becomes really, goes like pain, goes really, like this. And then these are the solutions Buddha taught us. Yeah. This is, of course, still this is a temporary solution. Yeah. I think it's enough. I don't know what to say more, you see. Some questions related with any types of, 3 different types of suffering. So if you have some questions, and then next step after lunch we will go to the origin of the suffering, and then we will try to see whether these origin of the suffering are removable or not. If these are removable, then there's hope that one day we will be free from these sufferings. You see? That is why Buddha, when he was prince, was thinking, disease is so difficult. Where is it coming from? Old age is so serious, okay? No one thought that this is possible to solve. I didn't want to search the answer. And he did search, meditated, worked very hard, and found the solution, you see. That was yesterday I talked a little bit, yeah. So any question?
To eliminate suffering.
What?
If you want to eliminate suffering, it feels like this is a lot of work. And
yes.
I have so little patience, I just think that...
No, if you want to eliminate suffering, and then you put a lot of effort, okay? And in the beginning you will put your lot of effort maybe like this, you put, okay? And then putting a lot of this effort, you will never rest there. You wanted to put more effort. You You wanted to more. You wanted to put more, you see. The nature of the mind. These are this is Shanti Deva's text, okay? He says that if we try to get used to it, the mind will take the shape that then it will be easier and easier. Okay? That is the nature of the mind. This is by the Dharmakirti's text, valid cognition, says that if we practice mental practice like meditation, and then in the beginning it's a little bit difficult. And slowly, then it becomes so easy. And we don't have to practice all the way again and again like this. Okay, if I achieve single point meditation on this object, and I can no problem to achieve single point meditation here or here. I don't have to do all the way from zero, you see. This is the nature of the mind. So this is very inspiring. This mind is so good, you see. And of course, scientists also ignored to certain areas, certain time. Scientists also ignored this. Okay, they were very busy with the physical things, you see, measurement, weighting, and then seeing if I mix this, what happens, and how like this, what is there, and like this. Okay, they were very good. They searched the truth, you see, which is totally agreeable within the Buddhism. But then they didn't put so much effort to search the mind. Now they are searching. Now they are really searching, okay? But they are searching a little bit in a different way. They are putting some sensitive instrument to search, which is quite impossible. But still they can say that something is happening. Something is happening there, you see? So I think this will be a very good meeting point. Yeah, the Mind and Science Conference. Very interesting sort of conference, yeah. Open. Buddhism is open to everybody, okay? Everybody, yeah. Here is Buddhism, you check, okay? Yeah.
More a reflection, but
Reflection.
on what was you were mentioning.
Yeah.
It's for me it was to have courage, is to step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And try something new, because I was trying. I thought about I can train my mind on loving kindness.
Mm-hmm.
So I started
Mm-hmm.
and do that meditation. I practice and I try to with compassionate people. I feel more happy,
Mm-hmm.
and you can feel it, as you say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I feel this is why I'm here today, because I'm digging deeper and deeper. But it's it starts with some courage, I think.
Do you think this is your comfort zone?
Yeah, this is in
Practice
right
of
now.
compassion.
Now I'm in comfort zone, but
Practice
initially
of
it was
compassion? No. Okay.
maybe
That's
I don't know to train it and practice it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to do
And now you just if you tell that by practicing compassion, okay, by practicing compassion, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
And it will not decrease the happiness, but it will increase the
Increase, and this is how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel
And that is the main thing, you see. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, isn't it? Helping the helper. Helping the helper, and then helping the helper's helper, and helping the helper's helper. This is not possible, you see. If really helper, if someone is really helper, making others really happy, that helper has to have a potential to generate one's own energy also. If there's a store of energy given by a teacher, and they use, and then exhausted energy, then this is not helping. You see? So therefore, your point of, if you, out of compassion, if you do something, if you achieve, then you will gain more happiness, more energy. And this is how we have to go on doing. And that makes the mind pure. This mind will, if you go on doing this, then mind will be unloaded all these bad emotions, unloaded, okay? Purely loaded with a nice mind, healthy mind, and then this mind will be very, very reliable. Yeah. Yes, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
precis.
Mind, you have to separate.
Huh?
You have to separate, you see. The body is all like this. But mind, we have to separate, you see. How can I say that your mind brings all the suffering? I can't say. If I say my mind, okay, then I can see. If my mind is full of compassion, it will not bring any suffering. Certain part of my mind, okay, will bring suffering. So as a whole mind, I can't say like this, you see. Body, yes. Yeah. As a mind whole, there are many healthy mind also. Unhealthy mind also. If you say unhealthy mind, now we are going to the deeper, the origin of the suffering. We are going there. So I don't want to talk here. You see. Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah, I wonder, how would you define compassion?
I define compassion.
Feels like-
Huh? Now I'm a little bit definition, no problem. But then we need to discuss a little bit, you see, before we define. Why? Why? Because if I define, I think tomorrow you will not remember it. If we discuss more, you ask question, I ask question, I try to answer, you try to answer, and then we face some problem. Oh, no, what is this compassion? What is this compassion? Then if I define, then you will remember, you see. This is where we studied. My teachers never give any answer. If you say, what is the definition of compassion? And my teachers, especially the philosophy teacher, will be very angry. Yeah. They will say that you are responsible to search the definition of compassion. I'm not going to serve the definition of compassion, putting on a tray and then serving like this. Not possible for me. Go to the debate court and debate. Yes. And we debate. Oh, maybe this may be definition. And then we debate. And we try to debate with the good scholars. Try to debate with them and then we listen to their answer. I think I'm pretty sure that this is the definition of compassion. And then we have to think, still we have to think, read, think, and then debate. And then, oh, now I'm sure that this is the definition. So, we need to debate a little bit, if you're ready. So now we are very busy. We are busy, so we don't have time to debate. So I have to define the compassion, okay? I will define the compassion. Because we are busy. We have so many other important things to do other than compassion. We have many other important things to do. Therefore, I have to define the compassion. Yeah. Do I say something wrong? We have to go to the kitchen. Now, listen, I'm defining the compassion. With your request, okay? Very precious for me. And so I have to share this with you. So, very, no lot of job, sorry. And the compassion is just, listen carefully. I will repeat 3 times, okay? I will repeat 3 times. Compassion is a strong, cultivated wish to remove the suffering and the sources of suffering of every sentient being. Okay? Compassion is a cultivated, okay? Compassion is a cultivated, strong wish to remove the suffering and the sources of suffering of every sentient being without differentiating. Without differentiating. every sentient being. Second time, okay? Now third time. Compassion is a strong, very strong, pure, practical wish, cultivated wish to remove the suffering and source of sufferings of every sentient being without differentiating. So this is the definition, and you just examine, and the Buddha's teaching. Okay, Buddha's teaching is all the Buddha's teaching are rooted to compassion. Rooted to compassion. Why? Because Buddha's intention of giving teaching is to remove the sufferings of every sentient being. Therefore, Buddha's teaching is rooted to compassion. And then Dubje Tubje Gomlete means the big thing. Dubje, why Buddha become Buddha? It's because of compassion. Because of compassion. Why? Because if there's compassion, and then wanted to remove the sufferings and source of sufferings of every sentient being. For that, we need a lot of knowledge, lot of tolerance, lot of wisdom, lot of bodhicitta, lot of loving kindness, lot of generosity, lot of joyful effort. Lot. Then only is possible to remove the sources of suffering and suffering. Therefore, Buddha's whole teaching is rooted to compassion. 관계 투쟁 열속에 따왔던 데 보면 답해주는 데다가 고담대로 찾아오면 means 관계 투쟁 열속에 means Buddha keeping the strong wish to remove the sufferings of all sentient beings, and he worked very hard and he gave this teaching, which is called Buddhism. 관계 투쟁 열속 따왔던 데 따왔던 데 보면 in the eyes of compassion, any types of views or caste or nationality, or there's no difference in the eyes of the compassion, because it has to cover all sentient beings. 관계 투쟁 열속 따왔던 데 방법이 담배춘 데다가 고담대로 고담마 is the name of Buddha, so 고담대로 찾아로. Now, so in the eyes of compassion, there's no difference, okay? And there's another version is by Chandikiti. That is Zande Tiu Tsumba, means one who is cutting his hands with the axe, and one who is applying very nice ointment to this side. One is cutting his compassion towards these two persons has no difference. Has no difference with it. Sande is a very perfumed ointment. Tiu is a small egg which cuts the wood. To these two persons on his body, okay, on his body, if they are happening on his body, both happening simultaneously, his compassion towards these two has no difference. No difference. Because of the compassion, you see. So, this is very important, very, very precious. Very precious. In Tibetan, if we say Ningje Chimpo, I think most of the Tibetans either, I don't know, now modern Tibetans, I don't know. All Tibetans, if we say Ningje Chimpo, they will do like this, Ningje Chimpo, like this. Everybody is praying. I will be able to cultivate compassion. Praying, okay, line some butter lamps, lighting butter lamp, help me to cultivate compassion. Offering, help me to, and do prostration, help me to cultivate compassion. So, when you say compassion, then they will hold their hand like this. So much respect to compassion. You see, now compassion becomes so cheap. Compassion, now Hollywood actors also say, In the dialogue, they say compassion. So I saw this, you see. So it's become so cheap. The compassion doesn't carry so much weight. Because we talked a lot, not practicing. Talk, not practicing. Therefore, oh, I'm becoming more emotional. There was a great teacher. We studied this for 2 years, okay? When we studied about Madhyamika, and then Chandkirti, he wrote a very profound text which is called Madhyamika, Avatara, and it has 6 chapters. And then when he was writing this text, normally in the beginning, either they praise to Buddha, or sometimes they praise to Manjushri, sometimes they praise to Avalokiteshvara, like this, okay? But this Dharmakirti, he thought, shall I pray to Buddha or Bodhicitta? No, Avalokiteshvara or Manjushri, or to whom I pray? And he said, I think I really like to praise compassion. You see? And he wrote this text, beautiful text. 강집전이 개발로도 두도 사면도 빼라 두도 이런 농촌 내가 내봤다고 되게 뭐 디지털 토마니 적도 같이. It's very touching, very touching. And the compassion is in the beginning. Compassion is like a seed, like seed. If you have to grow a tree, compassion is like a seed, and in the middle, it's like a fertilizers and sun rays and everything. And in the end, it's like a fruit, you see. It comes back to us and gives teaching and guide us. Therefore, he said, therefore, I wanted to praise compassion. So therefore, practice of compassion is the core, okay, the most important thing. And then in the stages of meditation by Kamala Shila, he also said, someone asked, okay, if I really wanted to practice Buddhism as a whole, what you will suggest? And he says compassion. If you have the practice of compassion, then whole Buddha's teaching is in your hand, he said. So therefore, try. Okay, try. Like it is possible in our human life, it is possible, okay? It is quite not possible in the life of animals like this. In human life, it is definitely possible. And then if you achieve this, then this is like a sunshine in your life. A sunshine in your family, and sunshine in the society, sunshine in the world. And lack of this, we are suffering unnecessarily so many things, so many wars, scandals, corruptions, rapings, all these things happening, you see. So this is because of lack of compassion. Yeah.
Do you want a handkerchief?
I have handkerchief. Yes. You have better handkerchief? You have better handkerchief than this. Yeah.
And I have a question, if you could answer it. It's maybe a very stupid question, but I have been wondering about it many years. And in the beginning, when I was starting to practice, and I heard about this compassion, and I thought it was a wonderful idea, and I went with all those practices with prayers and things, and Chandresik, and things like that. But then I suddenly discovered I didn't have compassion for myself. And that was very ugly and
comfortable. Uncomfortable.
So I was wondering really, how can I ever have compassion? I was thinking I had compassion for everyone.
Mhm.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
And suddenly I see this, but I don't have myself. What is this? And then now I wonder.
So sweet.
Right now I wonder, can you be really compassionate before you are enlightened?
Yes. Yes.
Ah,
Yes. Before you are enlightened, it's possible that you are very compassionate. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One.
I think about what you say, it's about cultivate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not like just,
No. No. It is not everyone's
No.
cup of tea,
no.
and it's difficult.
I think of,
But then it is. I think it is really worth putting effort. It's so important. You see. It's so important. Now I don't talk much about compassion because I really can't stand. Therefore I try to avoid this. Yeah, I try to avoid, you see.
like
Yeah.
Buddha himself had to do a lot of work before.
Yes, he did. He did the highest level of practice of compassion. And now we see, in the morning, who was talking with me in Nirvana? Someone was talking with me in Nirvana. So someone asked me, are you aiming to achieve Nirvana? And I said, no. And it was asked in Mondokula also. Once they asked, are you really trying very hard to achieve Nirvana? And I said, oh, I don't know. I said, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I said, and then I just thought, no, I'm not trying to achieve Nirvana. No, I'm not. Then what are you doing? He said, no. Nirvana is happiness for the sake of one's own self. Okay, removing suffering, source of suffering for one's own self. By this, you will achieve Nirvana, and you will stay in the state of Nirvana in a very, very happy and calm ignorance. But it has no impact to others. Therefore, Jantikirti says, okay, compassion is so important in the beginning, like seed. In the middle, it is so important, like a fertilizer, water, sunrise. And then fall down, and we can fruit. So Buddha achieved enlightenment, and he didn't stay there. He gave this teaching.
Yes.
You see, he gave this teaching. Yeah, he gave this teaching, and this is like a. He has no ego problem, okay? He didn't give this teaching writing like a thesis or books, you see. He didn't give this. He really gave this teaching so that many will learn and practice and will be free from suffering. He gave a perfect guidance, okay? Enough guidance, okay? There's no shortage in Buddha's teaching. There's no shortage. If we have shortage, it's our limitation. We didn't study properly. We listened properly. We didn't read the books enough. So because this is our shortage. If you read the Buddha's teaching, 112 volumes of teaching, okay? Thick, like this, in Tibetan language. Thick. 112 volumes. But then now we are so lucky that His Holiness Dalai Lama is giving this teaching, like putting everything in our hand. We don't have to read all these thick books, you see. We just get His teaching, listen to Him, practice. And He's just giving us like this, you see, just hand it over. We don't have to put so much effort. Only we have to put effort is to work hard, to meditate. we have been studying quite a lot, but still compared to His Holiness, our study is nothing. Still he's reading. Still he's reading. He's reading, and practicing, and traveling and giving teaching. And now he's 79 years old, but still he's traveling and giving teaching. And if he says, I wanted to take rest. Oh, of course he has every right. But he never said that I want to take rest. No. He always tried, okay, now I'm a little bit useful, so I'm traveling and giving teaching, and at least it helps others. You see. So these are coming out of compassion. If someone is very aggressive towards him, he has no problem, you see. Okay, they are aggressive, okay, this is their problem. So he has no problem, you see, because he has no ego problem. Yeah. Compassion dismantle all the ego. Compassion dismantle all the selfish thinking. Yeah, selfish thinking. Compassion will dismantle all the jealousy. Yeah. So this is yeah. So no, I don't repeat. Yeah.
Also, very positive is that if you spread compassion and if you're compassionate, it spreads.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is what you were helping us with as well.
Yeah.
At this meeting. But I mean, it's
yeah.
It's not only a fruit, but the fruit can fall down and spread to
yes.
more trees.
Maybe if there's like 100 fruits.
So it spreads, and I think
yes.
that's a positive.
Yeah. So we are talking about peace, and this time I was talking two topics. Okay. One topic I'm talking two lectures: inner peace and outer peace, and in Kalsat also inner peace and outer peace, and then there's another one topic there: inner and outer peace. So compassion. If there's compassion, inner peace is possible, outer peace is possible. If there's no compassion, even if we talk, write like 10 volumes of books, it will not change. Not change. It has to be practice. One of the great, I think it is taken from Buddha's teaching. I think, yeah, it is from Buddha's teaching. Chidar Shubha Tichima Vatirotapuna Tila Tunsemi means the talking and just simply listening is like eating outer layers of the sugar cane. Outer layer of the sugar cane is a little bit of sweet. Yes. Okay? Chidar Shubha Tichima Vatirotapuna Tila Tunsemi means real practice of compassion is like almost like you are eating real sugar cane. Like this, okay? So big difference, big difference. So try to eat sugar cane. And it will give so much taste, okay, rich taste, and so much energy it will give. Therefore, yeah, we can share, see, we can share, and then still, of course, yeah, miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. Yeah. So many things to do. Yeah. One more question. Yes.
Right now, it vibrates really much in me right now, and I came to think of a dream. I walked in the water with Dalai Lama, and it was a golden statue in the water, and he gave me some sort of task, and this just came to me right now. I just wanted to say this. I long for becoming a monk, and I feel that I don't belong here in Sweden, and I'm very grateful for this sangha here. The energy here is fantastic. I'm really glad for being here and for receiving your teaching. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. now finished. we have to go up to 1 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah. So I will cover. We have to use the time. Yes. So we talked. Okay, we talked about the first noble truth, and then if we get a real feeling of the suffering or suffering of change, suffering of pervasive, if we really get an experience of this, and then you started feeling that I really wanted to be free. I really wanted to be free. That means you have to cultivate the renunciation. And then, this is only for one's own self. But then what about my mother sentient beings? Okay? And then you just start thinking, I really wanted to help mother sentient beings be free from all these 3 different types of suffering and the sources of suffering. And that is the practice of compassion. You see, first you have to think that I really wanted to be very, very sincere thinking, wish that I really wanted to be free from samsara. That is for my welfare, okay? By having this, if we switch, okay, instead of I really wanted to be free from suffering and source of suffering, if we just change that I really want to make others from suffering and source of suffering, and that is compassion. Therefore, Shantideva says, Shantideva in his text, means if you don't have a strong wish to achieve nirvana for yourself, and there's no way you can cultivate compassion for the sake of others to be free from some suffering. So, therefore, we have to start like this, okay? Try to be renounced, try to be detached. Try to be detached. Don't be so attached. Build that, okay, one day this body has to be left. We have to leave this body, we have to leave our house, my car, everything, okay? Just key, everything we have to leave. This body which came with me, one day I have to say goodbye. So now I have to achieve something which I can take in my life, next life. I can't take this body, I can't take my house, I can't take my car, even I can't take my key, which locks all my house door and the car and everything. I can't take this, I have to leave this, So there's not much meaning in it. There's not much meaning in it. Instead, if I use whatever I have in a meaningful way, including my body, speech and mind, if I use in a proper way, it is meaningful. Then the most important thing is that all these mother sentient beings are suffering in the same way as I suffered with the 3 different types of suffering. So I really want to build a strong wish to make them free from suffering and sources of suffering. Yeah? And if I put whatever energy or potential I have, if I put on this, and this has the potential to help many people. If I just put all this effort for myself, the benefit get is only for one person. So therefore, it is worth putting effort for everybody. So through this, the practice of understanding of suffering of truth, and then contemplating and bringing into your life, and then what is good, what is bad, what is meaningful, what is not meaningful. Am I a useful person or useless person? Am I doing really good things or bad things? Oh, this comes. Relate with this. Relate with this. After all, I think we all have to aim that we really want to be a good human being. At least we have to make a contribution to the rest of the world, because we have consumed a lot of food, a lot of clothing, shelter, everything. So just to say thank you to the rest of the human being, we have to just use our potential in the best way. And then this will be really the best feedback back to the mother sentient being, to say thank you. And don't limit yourself, okay? Don't limit yourself. Many people say that I can't do, I have no education, I don't know anything, I can't do, okay? If you just limit yourself, and then you are making yourself totally handicapped, you see. You have every possibility. Just open your eye and see, check, do, read, think, analyze, and everything maybe you will not achieve this life, but if you try this life, and you will definitely achieve in the next life. Yeah, and it will not harm anything. It will not harm anything. It will always be helpful and beautiful, healthy. Yeah. And so I think our study about the first truth, I think we can say that we will end here. And then, of course, I always take quite a lot of interest in how these sufferings are originated, where it is coming from. And it is very difficult to prove. Okay, it is very difficult to prove. First thing is that we need to have understanding of rebirth. Second thing is we need to have understanding of law of karma. And then third thing is that we have to have an understanding of that everything, very bad thoughts, destructive emotion, are possible to remove. And this is very difficult. Possible to remove. How? And this we are going to touch in the afternoon. And I will try. Yeah.